We need to start with the tragic passing, of course, of Diogo Jota. How is everyone at the club taking this a few weeks divorced from the tragic incident?
Obviously, it's been an unbelievably difficult last couple of weeks since Diogo and Andre's passing. Obviously devastating for all of us at the club, even more so, of course, for his family. And so, we're here in Asia on tour, but we're obviously staying in touch with the family, and we'll be remembering both Diogo and Andre before the matches while we're here in Asia, and then of course when we get back to the UK, and talking to the family also about a more permanent tribute that we will have in time at Anfield as well. But just devastating, of course, and just tragically sad. He was just obviously a really gifted footballer, but a terrific person, and he's deeply missed.
There's never going to be a perfect segue from something as tragic as this. I guess to the point, just to underscore, certainly big shoes to fill on the field, and that takes us into really what's been also busy on your end this recent weeks. The transfer window's quite been busy, and you guys, I think what stood out to many of the fans and many people who follow the club all over the world is suddenly the financial resources are there to be able to bolster the club on the pitch. Give us a sense of what's changed and why suddenly this big, just a massive amount of activity in this transfer window.
There was equal noise last summer in the fact that we didn't spend very much, and so look, our perspective is that we're always trying to improve the squad. That's the most important thing that we can do. Certainly from a football perspective, the focus is on competing, winning trophies, putting the club in the best possible position to do that.
There's always been, because of the business you're in, the speculation of the commitment of the owners, longer-term commitment of the owners to the club. And I wonder if you could comment on that.
Winning the Premier League, having won a number of trophies over the course of the last 7 or 8 seasons is proof positive that we're going in the right direction, but there's absolute commitment from ownership.
Yeah, well, that's a good reminder for me to not follow certain punditry. Let's put it that way. Well, I think do you think the amount of money that's been committed to bolstering the capacities of the team on the field, should that address some of those concerns?
Sometimes those investments look outsized in relation to other transfer windows, but again, it's all done from a strategic standpoint, and it's always done from the standpoint of trying to do what's best for the club at the end of the day, what's best for the club in the near term, and what's best for the club in the long term.
Now, let's talk about the business.
Sure.
Priorities this year. Let's talk about the next 12 months. What do you want to see?
I would say on the business side, sort of more of the same. The retail side of our business is growing exponentially. We're just about to open our 20th standalone retail store, which is more standalone retail stores than any team in the world of sports. And we're partners with all-star partners here in Hong Kong and across China.
How far along are you in the planning there, in terms of the Japan store, by the way?
It's something that, from our perspective, we look at each individual market based on its merits. And in the case of Japan, we have a significant following there. And so really it's about finding the right partner.
The future of streaming, I want to get your sense of how you're looking at that as an opportunity. Is that something that's feasible right now within the near future? So
from our perspective, ultimately the Premier League controls all of the broadcast rights.
What's the hope?
Yeah, so I think, look, we're in an evolving media market, clearly. We'll see that over the course of the next, I would say, decade or so as the media continues to shift from what was previously sort of linear to now what is more of a streaming concept as well.
In terms of the transition from Klopp to that could not have gone better. And so the question I have is, and this is something that a lot of CEOs deal with in terms of succession planning. How do I replace a top performer with another top performer? Any advice on how to be able to do that?
Part of that is about planning. Part of that is about strategy, and part of that is having the time to get the right people in place. Being a manager or head coach of a football team is a little bit more difficult because typically you don't have that run up. But in our case, we obviously did, and as you said, it couldn't have gone better.